Hi, everyone. An impromptu live from Anna. What fun. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all well. So, this is an impromptu live session. Impromptu means it wasn't really planned. And, well, I'm here because it's Cyber Monday. And while I was writing some of my posts, I thought there's quite a lot of ways to say that something is ending. And I thought it would be a good idea to come and share those with you because it's always a good opportunity to learn. And having these little thoughts, I always like to share my thoughts with the world. So here I am. My voice is a little bit hoarse because I've had a bit of a cold. So I do apologize if my voice sounds very deep, but I hope you'll enjoy this little impromptu live lesson anyway. Hello, hello, hello. Lots of you are here and ready to learn. Fantastic. Lovely. Okay, so we're talking about different ways to say something is ending. It's over. Now, the phrase "it's over," which is the title of this lesson, actually is used often at the end of a relationship. So when a relationship comes to an end, you say to someone, "It's over. I'm done." There's another phrase, "I'm done." You say, "It's over. It's over." And so when I broke up with my ex-boyfriend, I told him, "I need to have a chat. I'm very unhappy. I'm sorry. It's over. It's over. We have to end now." And I also, if I'm completely frustrated with something and I want it to be over, I'd say, "I'm done. I'm done. I'm done." It's a very common expression, but only really used when you're completely exhausted with something. "I'm done. That's it." "I'm out" is another one you'd say. "I'm out. I'm done. It's over. I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to do this anymore." Okay. All right. So that's none of those are the phrases that I actually intended to share with you, but it's always good to add them in. So the first thing you could say is, "It's coming to an end." It's coming to an end. If something is coming to an end, then it'll soon be over. It's not over yet. It will soon be over. So, for example, my courses that are on sale at the moment, of course, because today is Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday is the Monday after Black Friday, when most digital products are on a sale, a big sale for digital products. And today we are closing our sales. My sales are coming to an end because it's Cyber Monday. So by midnight tonight, the 40% off offer will stop and the sale will finally be over. It will be over. But it's not yet over. It's coming to an end. It's coming to an end. Now, you can use the phrase "coming to an end" with other things, events or films, a series that you're watching. If you're watching a series that has 8 parts and 8 episodes and you're on episode 7, you could say, "Oh, the series is coming to an end. I don't want it to end because I'm enjoying it so much." Or you could say, "Shh, just let me watch 5 more minutes of my film. It's coming to an end now. Just shh, just wait. It's coming to an end." Okay? We could also use the oh, hang on, let me see. There's a comment I've just caught it out of the corner of my eye. "How do we use 'at the end of the day' and what does it mean? Please elaborate with an example." At the end of the day is a phrase that you use to conclude. So you might be disputing something or having a discussion about what to do. So, for example, I'm here to talk about my sale on my courses because it's Cyber Monday. We could discuss whether it's a good decision to buy the course or not, whether it's a great thing to be part of my community or not, whether you think you will get the most out of it. And we can talk about lots of pros and cons and pluses and minuses. But then I might wrap up with or conclude with, "Look, at the end of the day, This is the cheapest these courses will ever be. Lots of people find them very useful. If you want to improve your English, then this is a really good step to take. So at the end of the day, you see that phrase is to say, in conclusion, what's most important is. So it's to highlight the most important things to focus on and to conclude a discussion or dispute or conversation. So at the end of the day, this is what we should bear in mind. This is what we should think about and consider. I hope that helps. Okay, so the next phrase, oh, hang on, Edmundo, is it correct to say I am over with you? No, we don't use with. You'd say I'm over you. It's very direct. It's very blunt. You'd only say that to someone if you're really annoyed with them and you don't want to deal with them anymore. You want them out of your life. I'm over you. I don't care for you anymore. I'm over you. Okay? But you don't say with. Could I use coming to an end in the IELTS exam? Sure, I don't see any reason why not. It's a common phrase. If you mean actually talking about your exam, you say my exam is coming to an end if you were close to the end of your presentation or your exam, depending which part you're doing. You know, my exam is coming to an end. Could you explain to call it a day? What does that mean and how do you use it? Okay, so to call it a day is to say, I'm done. It's over. I'm going to call it a day. It's basically when you're going to retire for the day, but you can use it metaphorically for things like relationships as well. So if your relationship is over and you've tried to make it work, but it's just not working, you're not happy, you could say to your friend, I'm going to split up with my partner. I'm calling it a day. I've had enough. I'm retiring from that relationship. But you'd also use that phrase, you know, on a regular basis when you're just finishing your tasks for the day. So I've been working really hard. I've been working until 9 o'clock at night. I'm really tired. And I'd say to my work colleagues, I'm going to call it a day. I know we haven't finished all the work, but I'm going to call it a day. I'll come back tomorrow after I've had a sleep. I'll be fresh. I'm going to call it a day. Good night, everyone. Okay, so to call it a day is to retire from something. There are different situations in which you can use it. I hope that helps. Okay, sorry if I'm not responding to your comment. There are so many comments here. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm going to give you a different one. So we've talked about coming to an end. Another phrase that you might hear when things are coming to an end is closing down. Closing down. And this is an interesting one. Closing down. This is a phrasal verb, and it's often used when talking about sales, shops, or you can use it when someone is speaking. So I'd say a shop is closing down. The shop around the corner from me is closing down. It would normally mean that it's going to shut for good. So they're permanently leaving the premises. They're not going to open again as that business. So if you're closing down a shop, then it often is done. But you could close it down for the day. We're closing down now. We'll be open again tomorrow, although that's less common. We do say we're closing down sales. The sale is closing down. Don't miss out. It's your last chance. You can close somebody down. So if I'm talking to you right now, if one of you were here in the room with me and you jump in, I'm trying to talk and you jump in and go, Anna, we don't want to hear about your courses. We don't want to hear about your lesson. We don't want to learn English. Just be quiet. That would be very rude. But I would say, wow, that guy just closed me down. He just stopped me from talking. He's closed me down. So you can separate the phrasal verb and close somebody down, to close somebody down. Okay, it's very rude to close someone down. Hopefully you don't do that very often. Sometimes people need to be closed down. You need to say, hey, no, you're wrong. I'm going to stop you there. But that's to close someone down. Okay. The next one is similar to that phrasal verb, and it's to shut down. To shut down. We can use this in a number of ways. You can say that a shop is shutting down. They're shutting down for Christmas. They'll be closed for 3 days and then they'll be back. You could say that a sale is shutting down. A process is shutting down. So, for example, if there were a major incident in a factory, you probably want to shut the whole factory down, shut down the process, shut down the machines, shut down the production line, shut it down because there's been a major incident. If there is a major incident in central London, they often shut down the area. So the police come and stop the traffic, they evacuate everybody, they stop pedestrians from walking in that area, they shut it down. Okay, so to shut down. You can shut someone down in the same way that you close them down. So I'm going to shut you down now. I'm going to stop you from talking. Okay. But you can also say that you feel like you're shutting down. So, you say my brain, my mind is shutting down. I'm so tired. I can't concentrate. My mind is just shutting down. Yeah. It's like your brain's just turning off for the day. Shut off is another phrasal verb. Yeah, you can shut off, which is to kind of detach yourself from something or to switch something off. So you could shut off your machine. It's not as common as switch off, but shut off is used as well. Another phrasal verb is to end up. To end up. Now, this one is used more often with locations. So if we're talking about a journey, I'm going on a long hike. I'm going to hike 200 miles. At the end of the first day, I've been hiking all day. I'm exhausted. Where did I end up? So I'm talking about the position that I finished the day in. I ended up, actually, much further than I expected. I ended up in a little village about 10 miles past where I intended to stop, and it was lovely. I'm glad I ended up there. Or you could talk about where someone ends up in life. So I could say, oh, do you remember the girl at college? And she was really struggling with her confidence and she was very anxious. And we didn't think that she would succeed in her goals in life. She wanted to be a solicitor, a lawyer, but we didn't think she'd succeed because she had such anxiety and self-confidence issues. Well, she ended up becoming a top solicitor and actually a barrister, which is a step higher, and is now a very successful businesswoman. She has her own law firm. She's done really well. She ended up doing really well. So you could talk about the position that someone finishes in life or a position they get to in life, which is surprising or different to what you expect. So you could say, I wanted to have a quiet birthday this year, but I ended up throwing a party and having lots of people over. I ended up doing that instead. So a place or something that happens in the end that was unexpected. Okay. The next one is the phrasal verb to finish up. To finish up. To finish up is usually used with a task. So I am cleaning the house. Excuse me. I'm cleaning the house and my partner says to me, come and sit down and have your dinner before it goes cold. I say, yeah, I will. I'm just finishing up cleaning in here. Okay, I'll be there in a minute. I'm just finishing up. I'm just finishing up my coffee. I'll be there in a minute. I'm just finishing up this conversation. I'll be there in a second. Or you could say, I'm just finishing up my work. Okay. So to finish up. A similar one to that, but that's used more with live events, meetings, presentations, is to wrap up. To wrap up. Now, wrap up can be used when talking about a gift. You wrap up a gift, meaning you cover it to hide it, and then you give it to someone and they open it and go, wow, that's lovely, thank you. But you wrap it up. So that phrasal verb is used there. But we also use wrap up when we're coming to the end of a presentation. So if I'm going to conclude my presentation, I will wrap it up. I'll say, I'm going to wrap up now, guys, and say goodbye. Or you might want to wrap up an event. If there's been a 3-day event and it's going to end with a big party, then the presenter might say, right, I'm going to wrap up now by saying thank you very much and enjoy the party. Hope you had a great time. Okay. All right. Okay, so next we have a word that I did just use, and it's the word conclude. Conclude. So conclude is often used in like business English, or in academic English. When you conclude something, you bring it to an end. So it could be a presentation. And it's when you bring together everything you've just said. So often you'll start a presentation by telling someone what you're going to tell them. So at the beginning of this session, I said, I'm going to talk about ways to say something is ending. And then you tell them what it is you want to tell them. And then at the end, you tell them what you told them. So you'd say, right, we've just learnt 10 ways to say something's ending. So that's your conclusion, to conclude something. You could use conclude at the end of a presentation, an event. So to conclude this event, we're going to have a party. You can talk about conclusions as it being your final thoughts. So after reviewing all the evidence, I conclude that you're guilty. Okay, so to conclude something. And you'll also hear proceedings, like court proceedings, coming to a conclusion. Let's conclude these court proceedings by deciding whether this person is innocent or guilty. Okay. Okay, that's very similar to the word complete. Complete. Complete is often used when talking about a task, like finishing up. You finish up a task, you complete a task. Complete means it's fully done. It's fully finished. So you can stop a task, but that doesn't mean it's completed. To complete means there's no more work to be done on it. So I've completed my homework, meaning I don't need to do any more. But if I stop doing my homework, it doesn't mean it's complete. Okay. Someone might tell me to stop, finish up now. Come on, stop. I say, no, I'm not going to stop until I've completed. Okay. I'll finish up when I've completed this task. Then I'll feel able to relax. Okay. Next we have the verb. Do you like how I just hum in between each one? La la la. Okay, so the next is the word settle. To settle. This is an interesting one. Settle can be used when you have a dispute or an argument. So if we've had a fallout, there's another phrasal verb, to fall out. If you've had an argument with someone, then you want to try and fix it. So you go to them and you have a discussion and you come to an agreement to sort out your differences and be friends again. That means you've settled the dispute. You've settled the argument. Okay. You can also yourself settle on something. So if we are trying to decide where to live and we're viewing lots of different houses, and you think, which house should I choose to live in? This one. We're going to settle on this one. So we're going to stop and settle on this one. That's the one we've decided to go with. Okay. And that brings me to the last one on my list, which is the word finish. To finish. To finish something is very similar to complete. You complete it, you finish it. There's no more to be done. Or you could say, I'm finished for the day, which means I'm not going to do any more today. Doesn't mean you finish the task. But you'd use finish usually with things like a journey or a race. Or you might say a holiday has finished. My holiday's finished now, unfortunately. Or a sale. My sale will finish tonight at midnight. So if you'd like to join one of my courses, then don't miss out. Oh, Adnam says, finish is an ugly word. Is it? Is it? It's funny what things we think are attractive and unattractive. So that brings me to the end of my list. I know there's lots of messages that have gone through that I haven't seen or responded to, and that's because you may not be aware of this, but I'm streaming across 3 different platforms all at the same time. So I'm seeing comments coming from 3 different places all at once. There's lots of comments coming through. So now's your chance to quickly ask me a question. What's about the phrase verb makeover? To make over means to refresh something. Usually it's about makeup or making something look nice. So I could have a makeover. If I have a makeover, then someone does my makeup in a different way, will maybe style my hair in a new way and make me look good in a different way. So it's a makeover. You can do a makeover for a house or a room. So we had the decorators in and we've given this room a makeover. We've made the walls white and we've got new furniture and it looks lovely now. So to have a makeover is to like restyle and refresh something. Okay. Is wrap up similar to finish? Yes. So I'm about to finish this live stream and I'm also about to wrap up this live stream. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm just trying to see if there are any quick comments I can respond to. Okay. All right, guys. I'm so sorry if I haven't responded to you. Last one I can see here. What's the meaning of step up? To step up. Okay, so to physically step up is to take a step that goes upwards. So I'm going to step up onto a chair or I'm going to step up onto the stage. But you can also tell someone you need to step up. It would mean that you need to take responsibility. You need to face something. So perhaps someone isn't looking after their child properly and they are being investigated by social services and they're looking for advice from you as a friend. And you say, well, my advice is step up. Get out of bed in the morning, dress your children, take them to nursery on time, be a good mother, step up and take responsibility. I might say to a student, if I have a student who isn't turning up to class or isn't doing the work, who is quite lazy, and they say, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm not improving. And I'd say, well, you need to step up. You have all the resources. You need to step up and take responsibility for your learning now. You need to do the materials. You need to do the exercises. You need to come to class. So step up means to take responsibility, mostly. Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope you found that useful. Please don't forget, tonight is the end of our biggest sale ever. We've never had such a big discount across all of our courses. So if you want to improve your English, we do from B1 up to C2. You can get all 4 courses in one English program. Or you can take our business English course, which will really help you to progress your career if you're working in an English speaking company or if you want to work for an English speaking company. And we also have the excellent pronunciation course if you're really keen to improve your communication skills or you want to acquire a British English accent, then that's there for you along with our accent assessment as well. So it's all there, 40% off for today. Pretty much only. It will go up to midnight If you miss that, then we're not going to have another sale this big, maybe ever, but it will at least be another year before we do. So don't miss out. If you're sitting on the fence, if you're not sure, now is the time to make that decision. You won't regret it. Anyone who joins our courses also joins our fantastic community of very motivated learners where you can interact with them. We have regular live streams, which are quite exclusive. They are exclusive. And there are 2 to 3 conversation club sessions every week. So you have a chance to come and practice your English speaking with other learners and myself. And we have a Zoom drop-in call once a month with me. So you can come and ask me your questions directly, face to face. And yeah, I mean, it's incredible value for money. Go and check it out. The link is in the description of this video as well as on the screen here, englishlikeanative.co.uk. Take care, guys. I hope you're all well.